From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. A storm rolling across the plains this week will usher in a burst of much-needed rainfall for the Midwest and Ohio Valley today and tomorrow. Late Wednesday, the zone of high pressure that was responsible for the mainly dry weather and daytime highs in the 60s and 70s moved on out. As a storm arrives across the region today, that calm and warm regime will be temporarily replaced with showers and blustery thunderstorms that will begin to expand across the Dakotas, Minnesota, Iowa, and parts of Missouri on Thursday, impacting cities like Aberdeen and Sioux Falls and Minneapolis. By this afternoon and into the evening, the risk of downpours, hail, and locally gusty winds will heighten across a corridor from far northeastern Kansas to central Iowa. Locations such as Kansas City and Des Moines and Cedar Falls will face some risk of disruptions from strong to severe thunderstorms. Through tonight, the storm will chug eastward into the heart of the Great Lakes, spreading additional rain and showers to places like Green Bay, Chicago, and Grand Rapids. Rainfall totals are not projected to exceed an inch in most places outside of where thunderstorms may set up to bring repeat downpours. Any rainfall that does soak the dry soil across Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, and the Great Lakes will be welcomed. Places such as Des Moines have collected less than 0.3 of an inch of rain so far this month, while Kansas City and the Twin Cities have recorded only a trace of rain this month. As the week continues, the storm will continue to shift eastward and bring additional showers to the Great Lakes and parts of the Ohio Valley on Friday. By Friday night, much of the moisture fueling the rain will taper off, leaving many northeast states on the dry side again. Forecasters say high pressure will return to the Midwest late Friday into Saturday on the rear flank of this late week storm, bringing the return of mainly dry weather for the weekend. AccuWeather meteorologists say that conditions in the northeastern U.S. will be like an atmospheric amusement park with a bit of a temperature roller coaster and a game of chance for showers to break the dry streak as the stakes are in record territory for some. There have been bigger day-to-day temperature swings in the autumn, sometimes by 30, 40 degrees, so the upcoming weather pattern will not be one of those blockbuster giant swings. But dressing for the weather will require some skill, especially for those who wait at bus stops, walk to work or school, or spend extra time outdoors. Warmth well above the historical average dominated conditions by Wednesday in the Appalachians, with highs from the 70s to 80s. Well, today, highs will dip 15 to 25 degrees compared to the early week and range in the 50s in the mountains to the 60s along the Atlantic coast, which is about on par with the historical average for late October. And thereafter, the hilly part of the roller coaster ride will begin with the temperature up a few degrees for a day or two, then go down, and so on as fronts swing through. A multiple-day warm-up is likely to follow early next week, but it won't be quite as significant as the warmth and the duration that finished up yesterday. Temperatures may still fight their way back into the 70s and in some places the 80s, especially where the ground stays dry. Shower activity in the coming days will be a game of chance, especially along the New England coast and from the central Appalachians on the east and south. Each front or weak storm that swings through will bring a chance of spotty rain or a brief shower. However, the rainfall is likely to be light and sporadic, with some locations remaining bone dry into the first week of November. A lack of strong storm systems in Gulf of Mexico and Atlantic moisture will continue to starve the atmosphere of opportunities for rainfall in the short and the long term in the Northeast. Some systems will swing through, but they will likely struggle to bring widespread soaking rain. Some places may be missed entirely by enough rain to soak the ground for perhaps a couple of weeks ahead of any pattern change later in November. Philadelphia, New York City, and other cities are on pace for not only their driest October on record, but also their driest month ever since records have been kept, dating back well into the 1800s. In Philadelphia, the driest months were October 1963 and 1924, with 9/100ths of an inch of rainfall. In New York City, the driest month goes all the way back to June 1949 with 2/100ths of an inch. Neither Philadelphia or New York City have had a drop of rain so far in October. Both Trenton and Atlantic City Marina have never had a drier 60-day period. Records date back there more than 150 years. Recently, several cities have been added to the 60-day driest ever list that extends back to mid-August. The ongoing dry conditions, combined with falling leaves and the grass trending increasingly dormant, will raise the risk of bushfire ignition and rapid spread during windy conditions. Experts urge extreme caution when using outdoor power equipment, avoiding sparks, and to not toss burning cigarettes on the ground. That's all for now. For more stories and regional forecasts, visit AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, including a hurricane tracker, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day, be safe, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.